Good morning. Week 5 of Everyday Moments. What are everyday moments like since COVID? A lot different, isn't it? I know the world is starting to open up. My world is still a little snug. So I'm going to keep doing these little videos, and we're going to continue our course on everyday moments. This is our 5th week. I want to remind you that if you have questions about Cricut or Close to My Heart or crafting in general, or you just want to chat, that on Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. there's a Zoom meeting open, and it's at my home, and this is the number. There'll be a link under this video. Feel free to join our call. We just sit and talk as we craft. There's a password to get in. It's called Scrap, but you can do anything. It doesn't have to be Scrap. I am so excited about this week's little lesson. It is one of the prettiest cuts I've made on Cricut in a long time. I gave you a sneak peek last week, and now I'll give you a bigger peek. It's a beautiful, beautiful doily with layered colors underneath. My only hack for today is you can save a lot of paper by lining up the colors underneath individually. So what you do is you hide the contour, and then you can just take one of these, like a green piece or a pink piece. You can just take one and multiply it by 8, and you have a thin slip or thin line at the top of your cut paper, and it saves a lot of paper. So I want to just give you that encouragement. I made lots of little cutouts with this because the embellishments are just beautiful. But then when I started putting the pictures together, the design on Cricut Design Space and Close to My Heart had many, many elements, and I think I'm going to put fewer. So it is a 12 by 12. I changed it into an 11 by 11 to go with my everyday album, and there's a saying on it. I didn't put the saying on. I'm not sure if I'm going to. And let's see if I get a dark color under here. It says, "Only happens once. Today only happens once." Do you ever feel like Groundhog Day during this coronavirus? I'm not sure if I'm going to use that sign, but I do like the shape of it, so I just cut out the basic shape. It also uses some nice tabs that are stitched out, and tags where you can journal. On the little one, I added journal tags. This one I have not yet, but I plan to. I started a cord. Oh, the other thing that's different is it has a scalloped edge border on it. And for my companion page, since it's so busy, I'm just putting simple pictures, and I'm going to add my journaling here. And what I haven't decided is, will the journaling be on tags or not? I'm not sure yet. So probably figure that out around 11. So if you want to join me and see how it finishes out. Last week I promised you I'd put pictures on my pages, and so that's what I've concentrated on a little bit. Now I want to show you this page, same page, with no color behind the cutout. Again, I feel this doily is just gorgeous. It looks so beautiful just on a simple page. I'm going to use this for a companion page with some of my beautiful flowers from my flower garden. I've been enjoying my flower boxes. And so I will add to these beautiful pictures and this beautiful doily for next week, and I'll show you how it comes out. I've really been enjoying anemones and making them with Leah Griffin, and having them in real life has been fun too. Now, when you cut this page out, it takes a while. Last evening before I retired, this is my mat. Isn't the mat even beautiful? I took the same blue and I just turned it over. You know, our paper is 2 shades. So I took the same blue, turned it upside down. But for this one, I'm thinking of just cutting this pattern and putting it in the corners for the companion page to make a nice frame on my garden. I don't want as much showing, so I thought maybe with my garden boxes it would look pretty with just a little bit in the corners. So I'm going to experiment with that today, and I'll show you the results of this Everyday Moment page next week. Now, each week I've been trying to do cards with the same cutouts in Everyday Moments. And I took a simpler design, and I just did front and back, same design, 2 different tones, tone on tone, and I'm going to put my sentiment on the little tags. I think that the middle doily would be too big for a card, so I didn't do that. Now, last week we did a beautiful circle, so I'm going to skip backwards to week 4 for a minute. This is the last time I played with my grandkids. I had 7 of them, 7 of my 9 over, and we painted Russian dolls, and we made birdseed pine cones and things like that. 7 at once so the adults could have a date. And I decided to capture that moment. I think one of the hardest things during this social separation has been not being with my grandchildren. So I decided to journal that a little bit. This was the companion page. And I did add a journal block to the pocket page. And that's where I'll be writing some of my journaling that will be hidden. Some of my emotions that I don't necessarily want to share. But I'll be adding under the pictures and other areas too. Now for the small companion pages, still haven't quite figured out the colors. I'm making them simpler. Like I said, I still have a pocket of accents from these 2 pages cut out, and I haven't decided all that I'm putting in. But like for this page, I took the accent from the first page and put it behind here, and it still needs a little bit because this photo was oriented on a horizontal plane, and I put it on a vertical plane, and my white core shows through a little bit, so I'm going to have to add to my cluster here so it won't show. And I don't know, it might be a tag with a name. I'm not sure yet. So even though I promised to put pictures on, I still don't have completed pages. I think the most fun part of Everyday Moments is there's so much to choose from that I have a little bit of trouble choosing. Okay, last but not least, I want to give you a little hint of what's coming next week. I'll just turn this paper over. And we have a big ampersand that we'll be working with. Could be any color. It's 2 layers thick. It's the center of a page, and then the photo mats will fit on top of it. It would even be lovely just solid or stamped or impressed, but I am going to do as the pattern says and do the ampersand. It has a doily, a scalloped edge around it, and I think we'll have a lot of fun with that page. So this Everyday Moment packet of digital images, which is sold on Cricut, and you can get to it on any page of my website. There's a little Cricut button on the bottom, and you can connect to what we have for sale on Cricut. It's a very reasonable set, and as you can see, in just 5 weeks, we've made numerous pages and numerous cards, and really the hardest thing is picking which one you want to do. And these individual elements can be added to other pages or cards also. So please join me, craft with me at 11 a.m. It's my only way I can really connect with you, and I find crafting still is soothing. Getting that old Cricut out and cutting things up and pasting them back together is kind of fun. I did get sidetracked a little. The patchwork suite that's in our current book. Has lovely colors, but it also comes with a, I think, $9.95 digital, a digital image set. And my upline has been making some cards with that. Her name's Amy, and I sort of found that I got distracted making those cute little cards. So maybe I'll share those with you next week too. But meanwhile, keep looking up, keep reading the scriptures to encourage you. I'm finding Psalms really comforting. Psalm 145, one of my favorites, I had to turn to this week. And I really find that God picks you up when you fall down. And I'm very grateful for that. And my prayer for you and myself is that we will have a grateful spirit. So, God bless, and see you next Thursday. 428-903-0400. Scrap.